How the system extracts money from you. Introduction, a critical look at the legal and financial system. In this analysis, we explore the notion of human beings as monsters in the context of legal systems and commerce. The term monster in Valentine's Law Dictionary refers to an individual who, despite being born a human, is legally treated as a lower form of being, disconnected from rights or properties such as inheritance. This framework of categorizing individuals within a constructed legal system reveals how human rights and labor have historically been commodified, primarily for the benefit of larger financial institutions. We will investigate how the systems in place, such as the banking system and legal frameworks, function to extract wealth from individuals through taxation and fees under the guise of commerce. Footnote: the introduction highlights the foundational issue of how legal systems and banking institutions have historically extracted wealth from individuals. The role of commerce in legal systems. The legal system has evolved beyond simple common law into a framework primarily based on commerce, which involves the manipulation of human labor and sweat equity. The entire financial and legal structure operates not merely on law but on the mechanics of commerce, which has existed for thousands of years. This system extracts value from the population, mainly through taxation and fees. Notably, these taxes do not directly fund infrastructure or public services but instead perpetuate a system designed to increase the power and wealth of financial elites. The current legal structure, influenced heavily by banking systems, is set up in such a way that individuals remain unaware of the true mechanisms at work, thus facilitating the continuous flow of wealth upwards. Footnote: this section underscores how legal and financial systems are driven by commercial interests, often to the detriment of individual citizens. The concept of admiralty law and human resources. Admiralty law, historically linked to maritime law, has been extended to cover commercial transactions and the legal categorization of individuals. In this framework, people are viewed as vessels or warehouses, a metaphor that diminishes human identity to mere economic units. The idea here is that human beings, like ships, are cargo being transported through legal systems. The legal system treats individuals as human resources and places them within an economic structure that continually extracts labor in the form of taxes, fees, and other financial obligations. This system thrives by treating individuals as energy sources, much like batteries in the fictional world of The Matrix. Footnote: the concept of people as vessels or resources within admiralty law reflects a dehumanizing approach in the legal and financial systems. The birth of a human being in legal terms. The process of a human being brought into the world and recorded legally is not a straightforward birth into a society but instead a legal transaction. Under admiralty law, human beings are recorded as monsters, lacking inherent blood and rights, and unable to inherit land unless specifically brought forth in marriage. This description underscores the disparity between the legal person, the individual as treated by law, and the actual spiritual or human essence of the person. Legal terms like person and corporation blur the lines, reducing individuals to entities whose primary purpose is to function within a system designed to generate profit. Footnote: this section critiques the dehumanization of individuals within legal frameworks, highlighting how they are reduced to mere legal constructs for the purposes of the economy. The role of government and banks in wealth extraction. The banking system, supported by the state and its legislative processes, is designed to extract wealth from individuals. This system operates through money creation, most notably in the form of Federal Reserve notes, which have no intrinsic value but are based entirely on the labor and credit of the U.S. population. Through taxes and legal mechanisms, such as traffic fines and parking tickets, wealth is continuously siphoned from the public into private accounts, often with little accountability. The legal and financial systems are intertwined, and they rely on public ignorance and compliance to perpetuate the flow of capital upwards. Footnote: this section highlights how banks and governments use legal mechanisms to extract wealth from individuals, often without transparency or accountability. Judicial and financial corruption, a look at the system. Corruption within the judicial system, particularly in relation to court fines and penalties, is pervasive. Much of the money generated from court systems is funneled into private accounts, benefiting judges' associations and other private entities. These associations, although technically tax-exempt, operate outside the oversight of the IRS, creating a shadow financial system that escapes public scrutiny. Additionally, the financial systems that underpin these operations, such as bonds and investments linked to private firms like Merrill Lynch, are tied to powerful financial institutions, further ensuring that the flow of wealth remains in the hands of a few. Footnote: this section exposes the corruption within the judicial and financial systems, where funds generated by court penalties are redirected into private accounts with little oversight. The legal person and the concept of limited liability. The legal system operates on the concept of the legal person, a construct that shields individuals from responsibility and transfers that responsibility to the entities they represent, such as corporations. This concept is designed to protect the wealth and interests of the few by ensuring that the majority remains subjugated under a system that rewards corporate and financial elites. The limited liability model, which ensures that individuals are not held personally accountable for the actions of the corporations they operate or invest in, further entrenches this power imbalance. Footnote: limited liability and the concept of the legal person serve to protect corporate interests while disempowering individuals within the legal and financial systems. The court system as a vehicle for wealth extraction. The court system, acting as a primary method for extracting wealth from individuals, operates in conjunction with financial institutions to perpetuate the cycle of monetary extraction. Whether through fines, penalties, or other legal obligations, individuals are forced to participate in this system of wealth transfer, with little recourse or understanding of the larger financial mechanisms at play. The system is designed to keep individuals locked in a cycle of debt and obligation, while the capital continues to flow upwards to private entities and individuals. Footnote: this section outlines how the court system acts as a tool for wealth extraction, perpetuating financial obligations that benefit private entities. Conclusion: the hidden forces behind the legal system. What we see today is a legal and financial system that operates under the guise of order and stability but is, in fact, designed to extract wealth from the many and place it in the hands of the few. Whether through the manipulation of admiralty law, the creation of legal persons, or the exploitation of legal loopholes, individuals are caught in a system that has long since ceased to serve them. To understand and navigate this system, one must begin by recognizing the hidden forces that shape it and take deliberate steps to protect oneself from its predatory mechanisms. Footnote: the conclusion underscores the predatory nature of the current legal and financial system and the need for awareness and strategic action to navigate it effectively.